rights, including Second Amendment rights, to be restored. For the hundreds of listeners we have assisted to date, the results have been life-changing. If you're ready to find out what's possible for yourself or a loved one, we can help. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
Orthopedic care. At Abrazo Health, we believe these two words are better together. When joint pain postpones a walk with friends or halts a weekend hike, recruit our orthopedic physicians, surgeons, and physical therapists to join your team. From our minimally invasive advanced technology designed to improve patient outcome to our comprehensive rehabilitation program, start your journey to a pain-free life. Find your partner in care at abrazohealth.com/orthopedics.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to LawBear.com.
That's LawBear.com. The bear has your back.
It's the lunch break.
Thursday edition of the lunch break. Should I say a football Thursday edition of the lunch break? Here on KDUS AM 1060, streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app, and you can hang out with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Chris Schubert, producer Evan is there on the other side of the glass. It is also a Take a Note Thursday for us here on the program. A lot of Diamondbacks baseball from last night to get into. We'll get you ready for the football game tonight. How about the Phoenix Suns? They want a seat at the table. They say, hey, don't forget about us. We'll talk about the extension with Dylan Brooks here in just a second. A lot to get to here today on the show. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Producer Evan.
Speaking of problems.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm excited for football. I mean, I am just pumped up to see Carson Beck versus Kenny Pickett tonight. And what a great show we have today. And, yesterday went our way, but not exactly how we planned it. So
yeah, we'll touch on that. So my wife is off on Thursdays, and so I left the house this morning, and everybody else was getting ready for school and getting ready for the day. And I just, in passing to my wife, said, football's back tonight. You should have seen the look I got. You should have seen the roll of the eyes of, oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, you're just going to be sitting on the couch tonight watching a football game. Not like you're already doing that for baseball and multiple baseball teams as it is. And you're watching soccer. Felt like it was a kind of rub your nose in it moment with the Padres debuting the guy that they acquired at the deadline to help their rotation. And you're rolling out one of the two rookies that are taking up spots as you wait for everybody to get healthy. Well, Mitch Bratt must have heard us because he went out there And he did something that we've never seen before. Producer Evan, are you ready for this? I got a stat for you. This comes from Opta Stats. Hold on. The tablet's doing tablet things in the opening segment of the show.
You hate to hear that.
Since pitches were first tracked in 1988, I'm going to repeat that for everybody. Since pitches were first tracked in 1988, Mitch Bratt is the only rookie lefty in Major League Baseball to have an outing where he tossed 7+ innings, allowed no more than one hit, struck out 9 or more batters, threw under 100 pitches, and earned a win. Now, there's a lot that went into that stat. Here's what it means. Mitch Bratt was really good last night. Mitch Bratt was excellent last night for the Diamondbacks. Mitch Bratt delivered exactly the start that the Diamondbacks needed in a series that the Diamondbacks have to win. Or at least it feels like they have to win because the Padres are the team that is chasing them down the hardest for that third and final wild card spot. They've got one more game in this series tonight. There's one more 3-game series after this between the two teams. The season series right now sits in favor of the Diamondbacks. You win today, you give yourself a 2-game cushion in the season series with 3 games to go. We know how important these tiebreakers are going to be, and Mitch Bratt was the guy last night to deliver exactly the pitching performance that this team needed. And it's funny because some of the underlying numbers
huge nerd.
don't really tell a story that Mitch Bratt did anything differently than what we've seen him do in the first couple starts of his big league career. I think the one thing that stood out to me when looking at some of the numbers afterwards, he filled up the zone more with strikes. And if you're going to throw strikes and you're not going to walk guys and you're going to have good command, that usually is going to help you keep a low pitch count, work deeper into games, give your team a chance, and that's exactly what he did last night. And let's face it, this San Diego Padres lineup isn't that great. I know they've been hitting better recently. They've kind of found it a little bit, but it wasn't that long. That's how bad they were for large chunks of the season. The worst offense in baseball in basically every major category that you would look at, both traditional and more of the nerdy stats.
I'm a huge nerd.
They told the same story. Padres, not very good. So a weak Padres lineup overall, you took advantage of that. You filled up the zone a little bit more, and you had your best start to date. And he made us look really, really stupid last night for what we said earlier in the day yesterday. And listen, in this line of work, you're going to say things that are right. You're going to say things that are wrong. And we don't just come on here and take victory laps when we say things and they turn out to be true. There are times where you say something, you have a take, you get it as wrong as we did yesterday. You raise your hand and you say, our bad. You don't run from it. You just embrace it. Hey, we had a prediction. Prediction blew up in our face. Worked out well for the Diamondbacks last night. Trust me, happy to be wrong. Happy that Mitch Bratt pitched the way that he did last night. Happy that they were able to get after Casey Mize the way that they were able to get after him last night. I mean, they were up 10-0 in this game early. So I'm happy to be wrong, but yes, we were wrong. I thought Casey Mize would outduel Mitch Bratt, and it would be kind of a rub-your-nose-in-it moment for Mike Hazen of, see, this is why you needed to go out at the deadline and get a starting pitcher. Instead, it was kind of a, hey, we might be able to make this work with the guys that we have.
Yeah, it was a great sign. And listen, I still disagree with the move, with how they handled the trade deadline. I want to get that off my chest. I really disagree with how they went about the trade deadline and all of that. But last night didn't seem to matter.
No, last night it was fine. Last night you got exactly what you needed, and we'll talk about this in hour number 2 of the program. You got another rookie going tonight, so you're hoping that he can pick up right where Mitch Bratt left off and carry the baton, and you're basically counting down the days. Michael Soroka should be back this weekend, so one of these two guys is going to get sent back down to Reno, and so then you're counting down the days until either Ryan Nelson or Corbin Burns comes back, and it's going to be one of these two guys that sticks around. Mitch Bratt making his case last night. Cole Drake is going to have his chance to do it tonight. This is an interesting thing, and shout out to D-Back Stats and Info for tweeting this out yesterday. Actually, this morning is when it got tweeted out. Mitch Bratt's doing something a little interesting here, producer Evan. I love seeing how a pitcher attacks both sides of the plate. And Mitch Bratt throws 6 pitches. He throws the four-seamer, he throws a slider, a slurve, a sinker, a changeup, and a curveball. And against righties, he throws all 6 of those pitches. He throws all of them to different, percentages, but he throws and features all 6. Kind of a kitchen sink approach to the opposite side of the plate. I'm going to throw everything I got at you in the hopes that something gets you out. But against lefties, he hasn't thrown a single slider. He hasn't thrown a single changeup. He hasn't thrown a single curveball to lefties. So to lefties, his approach is four-seamer, the slurve, which is a slow, which is like a sinking curve, a slider curveball. It's a slow curve.
Is that what slurve means?
So slurve is more, I've always described it as a curveball usually is more that 12 to 6
Correct.
On a clock.
I always thought slurve was more, let's call it, instead of 12 to 6, it's more like 3 to 9 or 3 to, what is that, 7? 3 to 8.
So if you're a righty, you're saying 3 to like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
If you're a lefty, it's more of a 9 to 5, 9 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's, and it's usually slower than your slider. It has more vertical break than it does horizontal break, right? Your slider sometimes can be a hard, nasty, whipping horizontal slider,
Correct.
working from left to right in the case of Mitch Bratt, or right to left for a right-handed pitcher. The curve does have that horizontal break, but it also incorporates some vertical break as well. It's kind of an in-between pitch. That's the breaking ball that he's using against lefties. He's throwing the four-seamer and the sinker, and then his off-speed offering this year against them has been the slurve. Against the righties, the slider, the changeup, the curveball. The changeup makes sense. Usually you throw your changeup to the opposite side as kind of that out pitch. You throw it down and you get them. The slider is interesting to me. I would need to see a plot chart of where he's placing them. But in my head, I want to try to jam them with the slider. I want to go down and in at their feet with it. But it's interesting that he's got all 6 of these pitches. He features them all against the righties. But against the lefties, I'm going to jam you with the fast stuff, the four-seam and the sinker, and I'm going to have one breaking ball. And so far, it's working.
Yeah. It really was working last night.
His last 2 starts, 60.3% for strikes. He's thrown 174 pitches, 105 of them have been strikes.
You want to know why you have success? Fill up the zone.
That's right.
Fill up the zone, get ahead in the count. It's just being ahead in the count, being in a pitcher's count just makes working so much easier.
Well, especially when, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more with Kohl Drake, these guys don't have overpowering stuff.
No.
There's not, a pitch that you fear if you're the opposition, right? Like, you're facing Jacob Mizorowski. You have to prepare yourself. He's going to throw at 103 miles an hour.
And that's scary.
Right. I just don't know how you prepare for that, right? You think of Nolan McLean and some of the nastiness with the breaking pitches. You think of the splinker from Paul Skeens, right? There are certain pitches in the sport that when you're facing a certain guy, oh boy, I got to be ready for this. And Kohl Drake and Mitch Bratt are not those pitchers. And so the way you get guys out, you got to have great command. You got to fill up the zone. You got to throw strikes. You have to have good location. Because in his last 2 starts, only 13 swings and misses for Mitch Bratt. So again, not overpowering guys. Just putting stuff in the right spot, trusting the guys behind you, trusting the defense behind you. And it was great last night as he delivered a start that we have never seen since pitch tracking became a thing in 1988.
Insane. What a random... Yeah, just insane.
Made us look pretty foolish yesterday.
Yeah, we looked pretty dumb.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, Dylan Brooks and the Suns agreed to an extension. What do we make of it? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Lunch break with Chris Schubert.
You're getting somebody who can work a decent at bat. I think that's the most generous way to describe Lars Nootbaar. I am very hopeful that he's going to be able to contribute. I just think if people are thinking that he's going to be able to walk through that door and be that missing left-handed power bat, because remember, they're going to lose Max Kepler if they get to the postseason. If you're expecting that to be Lars Nootbaar just because he hits lefty and he's the only bat the Diamondbacks brought in, I just am trying to set proper expectations for you. That's not who he is going to be.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The Gorillas, live in Phoenix.
The Mountain Tour 2026. Performing at Mortgage Matchup Center, Friday, October 23rd. With special guests, Little Sims and Deltron 3030. Get ready to feel good all over again. The new album, The Mountain, is out now. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
If you're a fan of any sport on the planet, college or pro, then we are right where you want to be. Real sports fans need a sports book powered by Hard Rock Bet. Follow the money line to Twin Arrows and too much fun. Twin Arrows. The best indoor tailgate party in Flagstaff with massive HD screens, cold drinks, game time food specials, and best service is at Arrow Sports Bar. After the game, get back in the game at craps, blackjack, and slots. Now that's too much fun. The place to come when you want to have too much fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Hey basketball fans, Tom Chambers here reminding you that just like in a game, you need a solid defense for your home. And that starts with a reliable roof from Right Way Roofing. Hey Lori, as owner of Right Way Roofing, what sets you apart from the competition?
Our team tackles any roofing challenge from shingles to tile to foam roofing. We'll make sure your roof wins against the toughest opponents, rain, wind, and even those scorching summer days.
Make Right Way Roofing your MVP.
We're Right Way Roofing and we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
I'm here with your Rome Report. It was a rollicking good time for the Dodger-hating crowd last night. And by crowd, I mean the entire planet. Tarek Skubal made his Dodgers debut at Wrigley, where the Cubs fans were ready to boo his every single move. Even better, they got over on him and L.A., sending the Dodgers to another defeat. But the Dodgers are ruining baseball. How? By losing every single time they step on the field now? The sport-wrecking Dodgers are so inevitable that they've lost 5 in a row. You know what's inevitable? Everybody outside their clubhouse hating their guts. And Skubal and the Dodgers are going to get that treatment every single time he takes the mound the rest of the season. But he doesn't care. Neither do his teammates, and neither do I. You want to hate someone? Hate the Brewers. They've got a better record than L.A., and they could have just as easily made a deal for this guy as L.A. did. I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. Right now, O'Reilly Auto Parts gets you back to savings. Fuel system additives can improve your vehicle's fuel economy and performance. Pick up select Royal Purple fuel system additives, buy one, get one free. Plus receive 4 times O Rewards points. Add it to your tank at your next fill-up. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Dodgers get Tarek Skubal. I think the surprise might have been, are you giving up big-time talent to get him? Tarek Skubal had the leverage by saying he wanted to go to the Dodgers, wanted to go to the West Coast. The key will be moving forward, the kind of contract Tarek Skubal is going to want. Of course, looming large is there going to be a lockout at some point?
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
I think the Suns saw everybody having fun with the MLB trade deadline. Diamondbacks making a playoff push. Cardinals football being back tonight with the Hall of Fame game. And They just wanted to put something out there, remind everybody that they are the team here in town that was last in the postseason. Just a quick reminder to everybody, hey, don't forget about us. Because out of nowhere, with really no warning, the Suns and Dillon Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $73 million extension that will keep Dillon Brooks here through the 2029-2030 season. And this is just another piece of good business by the Phoenix Suns. They just seem to have a new way about them that they get these things right. These contracts seemingly just feel right. The Mark Williams deal just felt right. Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, all those deals, we felt in the moment, these aren't overpays, these are fair market. In some cases, we feel like they're good deals for the Suns in the future. And this one, file it away next to all of those. Just another piece of good business for the Phoenix Suns. And I think it's a piece of good business in two ways. I don't think I need to explain to any of you that watched Suns basketball this past season the importance of Dillon Brooks. I don't think I need to explain to you what he means to this team from a culture perspective. But he's a difference maker. He is a difference maker in the intensity that this team brings. Because I'll tell you what, if you're any of these young guys on this team and you see the way Dillon Brooks plays, and you see the way Dillon Brooks goes to bat for his teammates, you see the way Dillon Brooks is a pest in everybody else's side, you don't want to let that guy down. You don't want to disappoint that guy. You want to play hard for all of your teammates, but you really want to play hard for Dillon Brooks. And we talked about the culture change that this team needed. Brian Gregory talked about the culture change that this team needed, the alignment of having a team that played hard, that was gritty, that was tough. Dillon Brooks became the poster child of that. He became the centerpiece of that. You don't want players like that to walk away. And you're only paying Dillon Brooks for another 3 years, so you're still going to get the peak of his career. You're still going to get him at his best. You're not paying all the way down the road where you're going to have to worry about decline. You are getting Dillon Brooks when he's in his prime, in his peak, and can be exactly what you need him to be. That veteran leader, that veteran presence, the guy that's going to defend all of his teammates, the guy that's going to be a pest, the guy that's going to bring everybody else, the young guys along with him, teach them how to play this game, teach them how to do things the right way, and it's going to lead to a lot of team success for this squad. Now, that being said, you have to take the good with the bad with Dillon Brooks, because for all the good things that he does, you have to take the bad of some nights he shoots the ball way too much. Some nights he's too much of a pest. Some nights he gets himself into some trouble. Over the course of a season, he's going to rack up some technical fouls, and he's probably going to get suspended a couple of times during the year. You have to take the good with the bad, because in order for him to be the good version of Dillon Brooks, the bad stuff kind of comes with it. And we talked about this last year. I'm okay with the bad that we see on the basketball court from Dillon Brooks. I know that sometimes he can be a hothead. I know that sometimes that being a pest, he pushes it too far and he gets himself into some trouble. I know that he's got a reputation that precedes him with certain officials, and that's going to get him into trouble. But man, is he a difference maker. In those tough games, in tough environments, on the road, where it's a rabid fan base, he just has this presence to him where he is able to generate all of the attention on him. And he can embrace it, and he can thrive in it, and it allows the pressure to be off Devin Booker. It allows the pressure to be off of Jalen Green. Hopefully, it allows the pressure to be off Miles Bridges, and it allows those guys to be the best version of themselves, because he's the guy out there taking all the arrows, taking all the heat, taking all the back and forth with the fans, with the referees, with the opposing team, and those guys can just do their thing off to the side. That's what Dillon Brooks does. So that's the one way it's good business. The other way it's good business, look at this contract, man. Do yourself a favor. Go look at where the AAV on this deal ranks among forwards in the NBA. You're going to be scrolling for a while. It's way down there. He's making less money than Miles Bridges makes on an annual average value deal. This is great business. This is a contract that if the Suns ever want to change their plans, if a superstar becomes available and that superstar says, I want to be in Phoenix and Phoenix alone, you've got the perfect kind of contract to make that deal work. That is movable money. when it becomes an expiring contract, it's going to be extremely valuable to the Phoenix Suns. You didn't commit yourself to anything significantly financially that's going to cripple you long term. So the on-the-court business part of this, fantastic. Love it. Dillon Brooks, huge part of what this team did last year. Can't wait to see him healthy, with everybody else healthy, what this is going to look like. But also, this is now a movable asset if something falls into your lap. How many times in the past have we said the Suns are ruled out of something because they don't have the contracts to make it work? They don't have the draft picks to make it work. They don't have the ability to maneuver. They are creating themselves some flexibility, and this contract sets up really well for them.
Yeah, how many times do they not have the assets, right? Like, you just kind of laid it out there. But we've had the same conversations with this with this basketball team for so long. And, it feels like, yeah, they want Dillon Brooks in the building. They know he's a huge part of this culture shift. They know they can't do it without multiple years of Dillon Brooks. But also, you don't have to mortgage the future to do so. We've laid out a timeline. And so far, it does feel like they've kind of eyed that timeline a little and said, okay, here's where our contracts are going to expire. Here's where we're going to kind of come up with all this money outside of all these assets getting off the books. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. They seem to play for it right now in doing this move, but also have an eye on the future and aren't willing to really mortgage that 2030 timeline.
Yeah, and that 2030 timeline, we've discussed at length here as it is when a lot of things converge. I think it was John Voida who first brought this up, and so I think it's an important point to make sure he gets the credit because he's where we first saw this. But it's a framing that once I read it from John, it just changed the way I thought about every move that the Suns have made from here on out, because everything they've done is kind of fit with that vision that John pointed out of that's when the Booker money is done. That is when you get your first-round pick back. That is when the Bradley Beal money comes off the books. And so that feels like a good time to reevaluate. You can do everything that you want to do in this next couple of years, and you can try to spend a bunch of money and try to win and do all of that. But you don't want to encroach on 2030 because that's when you actually really have maximum flexibility. That's when you're really able to unwind yourself from a lot of this stuff and set on a new course if you so choose. So you want to keep that flexibility in your back pocket while also putting in front of your fan base a product that they can be proud of. And it's certainly what they did last year. Dillon Brooks, a main reason for that, a main part of that, rewarded with what is such a great deal. I mean, it is, you look at where he is getting paid compared to some other forwards in the game, that contract is well worth it. That contract is movable down the road. You didn't lock yourself up long term. I think we said it earlier in the offseason that if they came to an extension with him, we didn't see them going the 4 years that they could give him, right? We said it was going to be probably a 3-year extension. 3 years, $73 million. You do right by a player that was key to your turnaround last season, key to you bringing buzz and excitement back to a fan base that was down in the dumps a couple of years ago with this team failing with KD and Book and Bradley Beal. Dillon Brooks was a key part. Bunch of pieces helped this, but Dillon Brooks, one of the main pieces that helped turn this team around so quickly and made last year so much fun for all of us. So a well-deserved extension. I think good business in so many different ways for this Phoenix Suns team, and they're doing a great job of getting ahead of this stuff, not letting stuff linger, just taking care of it. Now it's not even a thought. We can just move on. And they're kind of setting an example of if you are somebody that shows to be a key cog in what we are doing, we will pay you. You do not have to worry about, getting that new contract. If you ball out and you're a key part of what we're doing, you're going to get paid. Mark Williams, Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, and now an extension for Dillon Brooks. And so I think you can say the same thing for Miles Bridges. If he comes here, if he plays well, if he is a good member of society off the court, if there are no off-the-court issues for Miles Bridges, then he is going to get himself a new contract with this team. This organization, Matt Ishbia, Brian Gregory, they are telling you, if you play well, if you do all the right things, if you are a key cog to what we're doing, you're going to get paid. So Dillon Brooks, the next guy up to get paid for the Phoenix Suns, a deal that I think makes a ton of sense and is a good piece of business for this team. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, the Cardinals play a football game tonight. What should we look for when sitting down to enjoy some football tonight? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Hey listeners, it's Vince DeLisio from the Varsity Sports Show. This Saturday we continue our fall sports previews by taking a drive out to the far West Valley and visit our old friends, the Buckeye Hawks. You'll meet AD Matt Roberson, football coach Pooney Ellis, among other coaches and kids, including previews from our amazing summer team. It's the Varsity Sports Show, Buckeye Hawks Week, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 1060 and the AM 1060 app, KDUS Arizona.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. John Mellencamp. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
It's Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort, and Minnie's begun to brew up delights and spine-tingling fun. The cauldron bubbling with mystical flair, summoning spirits that haunt the air. Watch as a giant Mickey pumpkin, a headless horseman, and happy haunts have a ball. Cars Land becomes Radiator Screams. Plus, there are seasonal favorites like Guardians of the Galaxy, Monsters After Dark, and Haunted Mansion Holiday. With tricks and treats at every corner to be seen. Frightful fun for the whole family at the happiest Halloween. Halloween time, August 21st through October 31st. Visit Disneyland.com or contact your travel advisor for important details.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Winning once, that's a good season. But building a streak, that takes showing up. Every call, every claim, every day. AAA Auto Insurance is ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest by J.D. Power, 2 years in a row. And we don't take this repeat for granted, because trust isn't a given, it's earned. Join the millions of satisfied drivers who choose AAA Auto Insurance. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit JDPower.com/awards.
Del yeah, slow-cooked pork carnitas are back at Del Taco. Simmered in authentic spices for hours and loaded into your favorite Del items. Del Taco's carnitas bring that bold flavor you've been craving. They're available in street tacos, loaded fries, a combo burrito, quesadilla, nachos, and even a big fat taco. You can't hurry flavor like this, but you better hurry into Del Taco because they're only here for a limited time. Get your slow-cooked carnitas today, only at Del Taco. Del yeah.
The Jim Rome Show.
You would think the Dodgers trading for Tarek Skubal was some sort of crime against baseball. Everybody knew it was going to happen. That trade did nothing to ensure a lockout. The owners are going to lock the players out, not because of the Dodgers' spending power, but they're going to lock the players out for the same reason they always lock the players out. They want their salary cap. If they don't get the salary cap, it's going to be because the players have always sworn they will never agree to one.
1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday here on KDUS AM 1060.
Producer Evan, there's a football game tonight.
We got football.
There's a football game this evening.
I kind of love it.
Oh, I more than just kind of love it. I'm ready to go. Cardinals, Panthers, Hall of Fame game. Carson Beck Kenny Pickett. Thank you. Yes. It feels like we need to do an impromptu version of the NFL Look Ahead, where it's just one game. I'm amped up. I got 3 questions that I want us to try to answer, producer Evan. 3.
You want me to leave the music?
No. I don't want to overdo it with the music. I want the music to continue to have its novelty, right? I want it to feel special when we play the music, right? When the first NFL news dump came back and we hit the music, that felt impactful.
Yes.
That felt important.
And it's going to feel impactful on the first look ahead.
And if we do it every single time we talk about football, it's going to lose a little bit of its oomph. And so I wanted to retain its special feel.
Love that.
So I got 3 questions that I want us to try to answer. What should we be paying attention to tonight? Like, what is it about this first preseason game that when we sit down tonight, our eyes are going to be glued to? Because, again, it is a preseason football game. So the Cardinals winning or losing is not going to be something that we're going to take and say, oh, this means the Cardinals are going to do X, Y, or Z in the regular season. Who cares if they win or lose tonight? So what are we actually paying attention to? And I think it's 2 main things. I think, obviously, Carson Beck making a start in a professional football game, even though it's preseason, is the draw. That is the thing that brings you in tonight. The Cardinals selected this kid in the 3rd round. We've spent all spring and summer wondering if he can play his way into the starting quarterback role. What does the path look like for him this season? What do we want to see from him this season? The evaluation that's going to be ongoing for Carson Beck. This is a Cardinals team that we're going to talk about in hour number 2, projected to be picking towards the top of the draft next year. So will they need to take a quarterback, or will Carson Beck do enough to where they can go get a king's ransom for their potential top 5 pick next season? So that's the thing. That's the name on the marquee, right? That's what draws in the people. That's what draws in everybody to sit down and watch this game tonight. I think the second thing that you're paying attention to is, how does Mike LaFleur and the entire coaching operation look? Do we feel a flow? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel easy? Does it look scattered? Does it look like a coach that's learning on the fly? Does it look like a coach that's still trying to get his feet underneath him? Or does it look like a well-oiled machine, right? What kind of penalties are we picking up? How quickly is the play call getting in, right? Are we picking up delay of games? Are we making good decisions? Even though it's preseason, what are we doing on 4th down, right? All of these types of things I'm just going to be taking notes of, right? On a Take a Note Thursday, I'm going to be taking notes tonight. And those notes are going to be about how Mike LaFleur's operation works. So, anything else you want to add to the list before I move on to my next question about tonight's game?
No, I think that's it. I think for me, it's, can we get a real feel for the offense? And not that we're going to see exactly how they're going to call plays or exactly what it's going to look like, but can we get a feel of rhythm? And can we get a feel of what the run-pass separation may look like? So those are some of the things that I'm keying in on, too.
And that leads me to the second question, which is, what are we going to learn tonight? So what are we paying attention to? What are we going to learn tonight? And this is a harder one to answer, because I don't know if tonight's game is going to be enough of a sample to learn anything. I think it's going to lean you in certain directions. I think you're going to take this in as the first of a number of data points in your evaluation, but I don't think things are going to get settled tonight, right? I don't think coming in here tomorrow, we're going to be able to say, you know what, Carson Beck, backup quarterback. I don't think we're going to be able to say, Mike LaFleur, the Cardinals got a head ball coach. They got a guy. I don't think you're going to be able to say that after tonight. You might lean one way or another. This is your first impression, right? You go on a first date, your first day at a new school, the first time doing anything, there's a first impression that ultimately sets the tone for the rest of the dates that you go on, the rest of the semester at class, right? Your first day at a job, the first time you're meeting everybody, first day I worked here, my chance to interact with everybody. That set the tone for my relationships that I have with everybody in this building. Now, the end of this month, it'll be 2 years I've been here. That first impression meant a lot to everybody in this building.
It matters.
Matters. So this is the first impression. So are you going to be able to learn definitively anything tonight? No, but tonight is a very important first impression for Carson Beck, for Michael LaFleur, for Nathaniel Hackett, for everybody else that we see tonight. This is a huge first impression of what does this new look Cardinals operation look like? So now my third question, because there's one person that we're not going to get a look of tonight. There's one person that we're not going to get to see out there, and that is Jeremiah Love. Is it a mistake for him to not be playing tonight? You asked me this, I think, in a buy or sell either yesterday or the day before. And my default was I didn't have that much of a problem with it because there's so much time to go in the preseason, right? You mentioned that they start earlier than everybody else. They got an extra week, and he's a rookie. And so let's move him along at a slower pace. Let's not try to do too much. Let's not try to overwhelm the number 3 overall pick, who we know is going to play a very important role. And I still stand by that. I do not think it is a mistake to not play him tonight. Now, we're not going to know that until we get to the regular season. And if he looks a little sluggish, if he looks a little out of sorts, if those reps would have helped him, we're not going to know the answer tonight. But as I sit here in this moment, I don't have a problem with it because he's going to play in the preseason. We're going to see him. He's just too important to overexpose. He's too important to put out there maybe if you don't feel he's 100% ready, especially with the whole rest of this month to go. And he's looked super impressive, right? Even though he's, running with the twos and sometimes he's missing some blocks. In general, you see the explosiveness. You see the quickness. You just see everything that made him the number 3 overall pick. So it's not like him not playing tonight is paired with a training camp that has looked poor. He's looked great. So I'm okay with not seeing him tonight. Now, the other thing, too, about this, and I don't know if this has been talked about enough, because this has been a problem in the past. The field conditions at this field have been an issue in the past.
It always has, which actually makes me a little nervous.
Well, so maybe that's why you're not playing Jeremiah Love, right? And I know weather has played a role in years past where it's rained and they haven't been able to get the field ready in time. But in general,
I actually think it's rained every year for the last 10.
Right. So in general, the field itself has kind of become a storyline in and of itself. And so, I'm okay with Jeremiah Love not playing. I'm all right with that.
It is one of those, games that comes up on your calendar when you get it, and you're like, okay. It's like playing at MetLife.
Eric says the Cards' playoff run starts tonight. I love the optimism, Eric. I love it. I think you're being sarcastic, but I love it. I love you being optimistic. Football's back. Listen. You're allowed to be excited, okay? You're allowed to look forward to this season. Even though they may not win a lot of games, be optimistic. Right? Being optimistic is a much better way to go about life.
Listen,
we got 17 games to go. Just enjoy
If
it.
you're going to be sad about something, isn't it better to exist in a world where you just think they're going to win, or you think they could win?
Well, Scott Van Pelt has this take, where being optimistic is it doesn't cost you any more than being pessimistic.
Yeah, so
choose being optimistic.
And I understand that this feeling of you can't be disappointed if you're pessimistic. And for somebody who's a very pessimistic sports fan, I do understand being optimistic about things they'll work out eventually. It's going to come around. It's how sports work.
And I think there's a lot of stuff to be excited about. And some of it you're going to see on display tonight. The coach. I think Carson Beck is something to get excited about. You're going to get to see all that tonight. So it should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. 5 o'clock, I believe, is when the game starts tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure that's really 5:15, but yeah, correct. It is 5 o'clock.
That's what it says when you look it up. It says 5 o'clock. I think you're right that it'll probably start at 5:15. And this game is on Peacock?
Let me find for you.
Because I know it's on Peacock, but usually
I want to say it's just regular NBC. You don't have to have Peacock.
Okay, because usually if it is one of these exclusive games, they also air it on the NBC affiliate in the local market. They usually do that. So if it's just a Peacock game, it should also be
on NBC.
Okay, so we got the prime,
which means you can stream it on Peacock, but it is on NBC.
So we've got primetime billing tonight. Yeah. So to all these people who say the Cardinals don't have a primetime game, I mean, what is this?
Cardinals 1.5 point favorites, by the way.
How about this? Cardinals, the first primetime game of 2026.
And their favorites.
And their favorites. Carson Beck. Look at the Vegas loves Carson Beck. They love
And they
him.
hate Kenny Pickett.
They hate Kenny Pickett. They love Carson Beck. Oh, it's great. Can't wait to break it down with you all tomorrow here on the show. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it is a Take a Note Thursday. What are we adding to the list? We'll do it next, the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
Foreigner, celebrating 50 years.
You're as cold as ice.
5 decades of hit songs.
Feels like the first time.
Come alive on one stage.
It's urgent.
Foreigner. Sunday, October 18th, Talking Stick Resort. Tickets on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com. All the hits on one stage. Foreigner, celebrating 50 years, live.
It's time to talk Grizzly.
The air conditioner made specifically for Arizona summers.
Alaskan AC introduced the Grizzly a couple years ago, and the reviews are pouring in.
This one says, I love how quiet it is. I can hardly hear it come on, but I'm always comfortable.
Another person writes, finally an air conditioner that can withstand the desert heat and dust.
This one says, I like its fluffy fur and cute black nose.
Anyway, if it's time to upgrade your AC, you can't do better than the Grizzly.
Only available at Alaskan AC.
People love it.
Like this person who said, we live in an older home and the Grizzly keeps us comfortable in every room.
Or this guy. We live just outside of town and the dust is horrible. Glad we have an AC that can take it.
Or this one. He's so cuddly and has these adorable pads on his paws.
Gary, I think you're on a different webpage.
Gary, I think you're different.
Learn more about the Grizzly at AlaskanAC.com.
Your local Arizona Lottery retailer is full of new and exciting possibilities because draw games just got an upgrade with more prizes, more drawings, and more chances to win. Your favorite draw games like Powerball, The Pick, and Pick 3 are now better than ever. Games start at just $1, so you don't have to pick one. You can play all 4 new and improved draw games today, including the brand new Pick 4 game. Play today at a retailer near you. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
The Lunch Break with Chris Schubert.
You're getting somebody who can work a decent impact. I think that's the most generous way to describe Lars Newport. I am very hopeful that he's going to be able to contribute. I just think if people are thinking that he's going to be able to walk through that door and be that missing left-handed power bat, because remember, they're going to lose Max Kepler if they get to the postseason. If you're expecting that to be Lars Newport just because he hits lefty and he's the only bat the Diamondbacks brought in, I just am trying to set proper expectations for you. That's not who he is going to be.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Take a Note Thursday here on the lunch break as we wrap up hour number 1 of the Thursday edition of the show. And for those maybe joining us for the first time, a Take a Note Thursday, it's where we stake our claim. We put it out there. We want it down in writing so that we are able to point back to when we said it and said we had it first. That's why we say take a note. Before we add anything to the list, we usually like to look to see if we are able to close up any of the former predictions that we made.
I'm reading through. Dalton Varsho will be traded to the Phillies. That's a red for me.
See, when you're super specific like that,
it's hard.
It's really hard to get it right.
Yeah, nothing else we can close.
I disagree. There has to be a Diamondbacks one for me in there. Unless it was a buy or sell.
The D-backs will miss the playoffs if they don't make 2 moves. Marvin Harrison Jr. will finish with more yards than Michael Wilson. Carson Beck will play half the Hall of Fame game. We will miss half.
I Can I get the credit for the Carson Beck one now?
That's me.
Oh. Never mind. Take him out. Have him play a quarter. Be done.
That's me. Yeah, you don't have anything.
So that must
Corbin
have been
Burns will pitch this season. He hasn't pitched yet.
All right, well, easy. We got 2 months.
So, yeah, you don't have anything, like, seriously available to close out right now. I don't know what you were thinking of.
Must have been a buy or sell.
With that being
It
said,
was something about the number of moves I thought the Diamondbacks were going to make.
yeah, you said the D-backs will miss the playoffs if they make less than 2 moves.
Now I remember. It was a buy or sell, and you asked me would they add 4 players, or would they make 4 moves?
Yes, that was a buy or sell.
And I bought because the way you phrased it, if they sold at the deadline,
They could still do it. Correct, but that was a buy or sell.
That was a buy or sell, right?
Yep.
All right, so it is a Take a Note Thursday. What are we adding to the list? You adding anything?
Oh, do you want to lead or do you want me?
You can lead. I
Okay.
usually go first, so I'll give you the honors.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Take a note. The Cardinals.
Okay.
Will shock the world and win week 1.
Wow. You could have saved this. You didn't have to do this today. But you want all the runway in the world to be able to say, I said it back on August.
Yeah, well,
6th.
I saw, and you're going to hate this, so I apologize. Saw a video from
Bleacher
Chargers
Report.
practice. It made me pretty.
Okay, so the guy, is it the video that I've seen circulating on social media?
Yes.
Of the Chargers quarterback and his new fiance?
Yes.
Okay. So because of that, so just make sure that's in there. Make sure that's in to take a note. The reason why producer Evan is picking the Cardinals
Video
money line
of
week 1
Herbie at practice
is because of the video of Justin Herbert at Chargers camp.
The if man.
All right. Boy, that one may age poor. That's a win-win for you though.
Why?
No, it's not. It's a lose. It's not. It's not a win-win. I thought it was a win-win for you, but it's not because the Cardinals could lose the game, and that's a lose. It's a loss, and your Herbert hate takes an L.
It's not
as
a
well.
Herbert hate.
It's hate.
It's not.
It is.
Listen.
For whatever reason, you despise the man.
It's how the national media talks about him.
He was ranked as the sixth
The
best quarterback.
sixth best quarterback
That's right.
is egregious.
That's right.
I think playoff wins matter. And you yesterday in this, pseudo argument you and I got into in the morning meeting said, well, what about Josh Allen? And that was egregious.
Now you're gonna paint me as if I took the other side. I just used your logic against you. That's all I did. All I said was, if you're going to be mad at the playoff success and lack thereof for Justin Herbert, it should apply to other quarterbacks as well. That's all I said.
Yes, and I do hold that against them. Your turn.
Take a note. Carson Beck will be the backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this would be better next Thursday after I watch a preseason game, but that's not the point of Take a Note. Take a Note is you go out on a limb, you say something with your chest, you feel it, you got a conviction. And after talking about what Jackson Dart did in preseason last year to get to the spot of passing Jameis Winston and being the backup quarterback, I feel like Carson Beck can do the same.
Can do something similar?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
And the quarterback he's trying to pass, I don't think is as good as Jameis Winston. Is that a hot take to say Jameis Winston is better than Gardner Minshew?
No. Jameis is better than Gardner Minshew.
So I'll go Carson Beck backup QB week 1.
I like that one. Take a note.
Oh boy.
The Diamondbacks will be playing in October.
Okay, so you're now just on the opposite end of me.
Yes.
Because I said that they were going to miss the postseason. Big win last night helped them out. They currently have a nice little, I think it's a 1-game edge in the season series between them.
Yeah, now they have, them and the Phillies are tied, right? And they both have a 2-game little buffer on the pods.
It's good. It's good to have.
It's good to have.
Start to build as much wiggle room as you can so that if you have a bad series, it doesn't cripple you. It doesn't,
exactly.
It doesn't decimate you as a team. You know, I always have one that's in my head that I'm debating whether or not I want to reveal it to the world. I've always got something.
I think you have to reveal it now.
I don't have to do anything. I'm the host of the show. I can do whatever I want. If I want to keep it to myself, I can keep it to myself. It's Diamondbacks related too. So I had the same sports split that you did today. One Cardinals and one Diamondbacks.
Mitch, Bratt.
Take a note. Torey Lovello will manage the 2027 Arizona Diamondbacks.
See, I mean,
I'm starting to think that no matter what, he's coming back. Because remember, it was
that would be terrible.
It was a couple of weeks ago where I said, I think it's playoffs or they part ways. I don't know if I feel.
I think that would be
a
huge miss if they bring him back and they have like some sort of collapse towards the end of the year and don't make it.
Fair. I mean, a collapse where if they
if they get into September with a 2 or 3 game lead and don't make the playoffs and they bring back Torey,
I think I agree with you.
That would be painstakingly bad.
I think I agree with you, but I can see a world where it's back and forth.
It just doesn't go their way. Padres play great baseball.
Right, they miss it by a game or two. I mean, you look at the injuries that this team has faced. You see the lack of moves at the deadline. You see an offense that was supposed to carry the team. You see the bullpen that was put together. I mean, he's done a really nice job. Managing this squad.
I agree. Credit where credit is due for Torey Lovello.
A lot of people not happy yesterday that he gave Ketel Marte a day off against the Padres.
So here's my issue with it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's see if you have the same issue that I have.
It is so... I'm trying to find the word. Like, the lack of social awareness to do something like that. Like, when you know this is the conversation around this player, to sit him in a series in which you're playing the team directly behind you is... Give him a day off before this or after this.
Exactly.
It does not matter. You cannot have it in this 4-game set. Like, it is so socially unaware that he's going to get bashed in the media for something that that comes up every year, and you do it for this series? Yeah. Are you kidding me, Torey?
Yeah. And I think if you look at it, Ketel Marte was struggling, and so a day off definitely felt like it was in the cards and something that he should have gotten.
100%. Couldn't have been yesterday.
Right. I think the way you work your way around this, although I don't know if you ever work your way around this because I think the accusation's going to be there anyway. I think you do it before this series against this team.
Yeah,
right?
You either do it before this series, or if you want to sit him one of the games in LA or against LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind him giving Ketel Marte a day off.
I don't either.
Let me make that very clear. I think the numbers say that
the
a day off.
timing is everything.
The timing does. Here's what I'll say. Torey didn't help Ketel Marte by doing this.
That's my biggest issue. It is out of touch from the manager.
I don't love it.
To know a player has this kind of conversations and accusations around him.
Most of them are unfounded and not entirely accurate.
And
some of them are, but most of them are not.
Right, and then to sit him down in this spot, you're only adding fuel to that fire. It's so out of touch.
You're not helping your case, right? You instead of moving on from a problem and being able to put it in the rearview mirror, you're bringing it back up. Exactly. But I still think he's managing well enough to put himself into a conversation to being the manager next year. It's going to do it for hour number 1 of the program. Don't you worry. We've got another hour here on Thursday. We got buy or sell. We'll get you ready for the last game of this Diamondbacks Padres series. And USA Today with some bold predictions for the Cardinals. That's next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
We're chatting with our guest, always safety first, 811 Megaphone Man.
Call 811 before you dig.
You never stray from your mission of letting homeowners, landscapers, and excavators know you should always call 811 before you dig.
Call 811.
Call for both small and big jobs. And 2 working days in advance?
811.
Any parting words? And I'm guessing they will be...
Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
811.
The Smashing Pumpkins return. The Rats in a Cage Tour. 2 unique sets celebrating melancholy at 30 and nearly 4 decades of unruly hits and dark treasures.
November 11th, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. The Smashing Pumpkins, the Rats in a Cage Tour, live.
With a Global credit card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global credit card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
If you're thinking you have low T, well, then it's time to start for free. For a limited time, get prescription testosterone therapy with no startup fee only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Hey, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Prescription testosterone restores your get up and go, so you'll feel like you're 20 again. You'll gain more muscle with less effort in the gym and lose that dad bod for good. You'll also think better, sleep better, and your love life will be better. Look, don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. So skip the gimmicks and start enjoying life with prescription testosterone. It's a game changer. Prices start as low as $129 per month. So don't wait. Book your video appointment today and they'll waive the startup fee only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone. Keyword Red Mountain. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone. Real doctors. Real results.
When your auto insurance shows up, every call, every claim, every day, that's a win. J.D. Power has ranked AAA #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest 2 years running. Get a quote at AAA.com/quote. Visit JDPower.com for details.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
Hour number 2. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Streaming on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. And you can watch us on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Chris Schubert, producer Evan with you. We kick off hour number 2. Buy or sell. The hottest sports questions in the Valley answered right now. Your Mater D for buy or sell. Producer Evan, please take it away.
The Cardinals will win tonight's Hall of Fame game.
Let's be positive. I can't give you any analysis because I don't know who's going to play. I don't know what this is going to look like. So we're just going to... The tagline for today's show, choose positivity.
Tonight will give most of the fans a belief on Carson Beck, either good or bad.
I do think seeing him play football that isn't, working out at rookie minicamp or OTAs or what we've seen of him in training camp, and it's been up and down. The highs have been really high, but the lows have been low. Not all of them his fault, but he hasn't looked great at times. I do think seeing him in a professional environment is going to decide things for some people. I would like more than just a preseason game, and it might not even be a full preseason game to make a determination, but I do think for a lot of people tonight is going to go a long way in determining how they feel about Carson Beck.
Mike LaFleur will impress in his first preseason outing.
Again, what is the tagline for today's show? Choose positivity. Yes, I think Mike LaFleur is going to show the makings of somebody that's going to be a head coach in this league for a long time.
Switching teams here in town, Cole Drake takes the mound tonight, and he will back up Mitch Bratt's stellar performance last night with back-to-back rookie quality starts.
You're putting the show's tagline today to a test here.
Oh.
I'm going to talk about this more at 12:30. If I get to 12:30 on time, we'll see. The stuff for Kohl Drake, I just don't know if it's good enough for him to find the success that he's going to need to find. There's not a pitch in the arsenal that you just feel really great about.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. You look at the stuff from Mitch Bratt, you look at the stuff from Kohl Drake, they're hard to compare because Mitch Bratt's stuff is far better.
And I wouldn't even describe Mitch Bratt as somebody who's a stuff-first pitcher, right?
Not at all.
But, yeah, I think the profile of Bratt is better. You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
What's that song? Hot Bratt Summer? We could have had something there. Mitch Bratt was called up sooner.
I think it's just called Bratt Summer.
Okay, either way. No, I didn't. I thought it was 3 words. I mean, this is me showing my age that I'm not in tune. Okay,
It's just called Bratt Summer.
Okay, so
and this is
either way, the pun works.
Yes.
By the way, you know what my daughter asked me the other day?
The summer's over, though.
Well, I mean, it's 110 outside, so I wouldn't describe the summer as over.
But isn't your daughter back in school?
She is, but you know what my daughter asked me earlier this week?
What's that?
It was Monday. Sunday night into Monday. She's like, can you sneak something into the show? Can you say something?
Love that.
And so she told me what she wanted me to say, and I'm like, you got to explain this to me because I'm 32 years old. I am chronically online for this job, but there's just certain things that they go over my head. So if you explain it to me, and you explain to me how it works, like what it means, how it's used in pop culture, I can sneak it into the show. I feel like I'm skillful enough to do it.
100%.
She wanted me to sneak in the saxophones are getting louder. Are you familiar with this?
Got it. So, like, vaguely.
Right, that's where I was. So I'm like, if you explain to me how it's used, I will fit it into the show. And then I forgot to do it on Monday. I had a perfect spot to do it, thinking back on the show. Because the trade deadline was getting closer.
You could have framed it for the trade deadline. You could have framed it for yesterday.
It was gift wrapped.
Coming into the game.
It was gift wrapped, and I messed it up. And so I failed. And she's not listening. She's at school right now. She better not be listening. She's at school. But I at least said it on the air for her today.
First week, right?
Second week.
Second week.
Second week. Maybe week 3.
It's crazy to see when schools start. My girlfriend, she's a teacher. They're in school all week. She's at work all week, but then school starts for them Monday.
So this is preseason. We're training camp.
Preseason game.
We got training camp this week.
And obviously the injury to the foot.
So we're on the pup list to start.
So we're on the pup list, and so I've been doing the school drop off line because with the stitches in her foot, it's probably not a best idea to be stepping on the gas. So I've been picking her up and dropping her off.
Wow.
And I'm going through the school drop-off line.
I got to tell you, there's nothing that will grind your gears more than the school drop-off line. Let me tell you. As a dad,
you have a vendetta with the school drop-off line.
Because there's a
new
better way.
New school this year, by the way, right? It's got to be different.
It's the same. In fact, are you ready for this? It's worse. Because there's a new school, they don't have the And by the way, I love the school. So if anybody from the school happens to be a listener of the program, please, I love the school. But it's brand new, so they don't have it ironed out yet. Like yesterday, we got QR codes.
Okay.
That as we drive through, they're going to scan the QR code, and that's going to let inside know that a parent is here to pick up a child. The child can leave the building, right? The other school that we were at had a sign with a number.
Okay.
Well, it's week 2. We just got the QR code yesterday.
Oof.
So how do you think it went the first week of picking her up when you had to wait your turn in line for the teacher to come up to you and be like, hey, what's your kid's name? What grade are they in? And then they would radio it back into the building, and then you have to wait.
What happened to the days of, like, when I was a kid, both my parents worked?
You know what I did? I got on a bus.
Yeah, so I either got on a bus, both my parents worked, and because my mom's an artist, and so sometimes it would be hard for her to finish up and, be home right as the bus got home, too. So, I would do chess club and stuff, and then you just left. Like, you just sat outside on a bench and your mom came. And that was it. Like, that was... what happened to that?
I'm sorry. I remember just getting on a bus.
Yeah.
If you stayed for after school...
You just got on a bus.
There was an after-school bus schedule that you would follow.
Correct.
I don't know.
Or if you really got crazy, you just walked home.
Well, I couldn't just walk home, but yes.
From elementary school, I could have. From middle school and high school, I certainly could not have.
I mean, what are we... I'm so confused by everything. I'm sorry, I derailed us.
One time, by the way, my high school was like... I would love to know the mileage on it, but it's shorter than 5 miles, or longer than 5 miles. Like, it might be 10. One day, my brother just walked home.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Sometimes you just walked home.
Yeah. Oh, we got... Actually, sorry to derail us, but I got a story for you. A drop-off line story. My brother...
Apologies. Buy or sell, we will return to your regularly scheduled programming here in just a second.
My brother's 4 years older than me.
Okay.
Or 4 grades older than me, right? So, he was a junior in high school when I was in 7th grade. So, like, that's when he got his license, right? And he was just driving by essentially the middle school because it was on the same campus or whatever you want to call it. And so he would drive by the middle school and just kind of let me out on the side of the road, and then I would walk the rest of the way. He wouldn't get in the drive-through line, then he would or the drop-off line, and then he would go to the high school. People were getting really upset about where he was letting me out of the car.
Okay.
And so they started putting signs up like, "This is not a drop-off area. Wow. Please stop dropping your kids off." And I was just moving the signs. It was still getting dropped off there, and would just slightly move the sign up the street so he could drop me off there. It's good times.
School drop-off lines, man.
School drop-off lines. They're just always a pain. Always a pain. All right, back to buy or sell. Last night, Torrey showed he is out of touch by sitting Ketel Marte.
No, I don't think so. I don't love it, right? The team it's against, the point of the year that we're at, but a day off was always coming. And at the end of the day, a manager is going to do what he thinks is in the best interest of the player. And if he thought pushing this an extra day, pushing this into the next series would do Ketel Marte a disservice, who am I to say that he's wrong? Because in fairness to Torrey, he's pushed a lot of the right buttons this year.
Yeah.
He really has.
No, he has.
So I don't love it. I would have picked a different time if I was the manager, but Torrey's got a lot more information at his disposal than I do. And so who am I to say that it makes him out of touch? He's the one that's got to have a relationship with his players. Clearly, that is a strength of his. I mean, that is the thing that I have said is going to keep him around in this job, is the relationship that he has with the players. And so he's done right by them a lot. So I don't love it. I would have picked a different time. But Ketel Marte is going to be back in the lineup tonight. So
my biggest issue with it is I told you it's a player who has these, conversations that have circled him for years, and you did it now. And my second issue is you went on the other day and said, you have such an understanding of these tiebreakers now, and these tiebreakers are so important because of recent years and how they've burned you, and the team you're directly competing with, you sat down. I'm sorry, over the last 5 years, your best player.
Yeah, listen,
and it feels contradictory to what you said. It feels it feels more harmful to Ketel Marte because of the conversations it's going to bring up. Like, I have so many problems with it. I don't mind sitting him. I just think that sitting him there is more harmful than it is good.
I didn't love the timing of it, but I understand it. I understand a guy that's struggling as of late. They've been playing a bunch of games in a row, getting him a day off just to kind of clear his head.
Dylan Brooks will be a Sun for the rest of his career.
No, he will.
You don't think they'll give him like an old man contract there at the end?
I think he'll finish out this 3-year extension, and they'll move on.
I think that's fair. Last one for you. Carson Beck will throw multiple touchdowns tonight in the preseason game.
You know what? What's the motto of the show today?
Positivity.
Choose positivity.
That's all I got for you.
There you have it.
By the way, given the tangent we went on, we ran through 7 by ourselves.
It was good by us, yes. And we're only 1 minute over, which for us is on time. So, and I'm very afraid for when we get to football season because the look ahead and the pick segment is where
they're 40-minute segments.
And then the show just loses all sense of time on a football Friday. It really does.
Sometimes the caller is really. We love having you, by the way.
Oh, we love
play
having
against us. Yeah,
we haven't decided on a picks punishment yet, and so maybe we should start crowdsourcing what it can be.
Give us your ideas.
Last year it was the wings, which I a couple of months ago paid off finally, and I ate the 250 wings. So what's next? What's our punishment this year? We'd love to hear from you. There's 2 ways for you to get involved in the program today. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us. You've also got the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, are the Cardinals going to find themselves with a top 2 pick? One publication seems to think so. That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Dodgers get Tarek Skubal. I think the surprise might have been, are you giving up big-time talent to get him? Tarek Skubal had the leverage by saying he wanted to go to the Dodgers, wanted to go to the West Coast. The key will be moving forward, the kind of contract Tarek Skubal is going to want. Of course, looming large is there going to be a lockout at some point?
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. For many listeners, a criminal record can feel permanent. Thankfully, Arizona law allows convictions to be set aside and civil rights, including Second Amendment rights, to be restored. For the hundreds of listeners we have assisted to date, the results have been life-changing. If you're ready to find out what's possible for yourself or a loved one, we can help. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
For over 50 years, they redefined rock. The spirit lives on.
Monday warrior, mean strike. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour, December 1st and 3rd, 2026, Desert Diamond Arena. Tickets are on sale now at Rush.com. Legends don't stop. They evolve. Rush.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane, third-generation owner at Shane Company. As a family jewelry business for almost 100 years, we are known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. Here are 3 things we never do. We never cut corners. Our engagement rings are made to high-quality standards, and we stand behind them with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We never buy diamonds without seeing them in person. We travel to the source, eliminate the middleman, and get first pick of the most beautiful stones. Then negotiate the price on your behalf. We never try to trick you on price. We don't mark up the rings just to mark them down and call it a sale. We offer true value from the start, so you get the best price every time. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Above the noise. The Hall of Fame game will never be mistaken for playoff football. By the second quarter, most of the names you know are on the sidelines, replaced by players fighting for roster spots and veterans trying to extend their careers. Execution isn't always crisp. The final score is unimpressive and forgotten before the weekend is over. None of it really matters. After nearly 6 months without football, fans aren't tuning in expecting perfection. They're just looking for something, scraps of a football season that's on the doorstep. The Hall of Fame game, though, is special because it's a chance for football to celebrate itself. Another NFL season with all the legends there. The quality of play will improve in the weeks ahead, we know that. But for one night, one day, simply having football back is more than enough. Every season has to start somewhere, and this is where the countdown finally ends. Canton, Ohio. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance. Scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent.
Drew McIntyre here from WWE. Wielding the Claymore can be a life of chaos. When I'm not dominating in the ring, Chumba Casino is how this warrior takes a wee break. With hundreds of online social games and new weekly releases, there's always something fresh to try. And those daily boosts, next level. Even my free time feels like Valhalla. So when life feels like a battle, kick up your feet, have some fun, and let's Chumba.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T's and C's. 21 plus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
Hey listeners, it's Vince D'Alicio from the Varsity Sports Show. This Saturday we continue our fall sports previews by taking a drive out to the far West Valley and visit our old friends, the Buckeye Hawks. You'll meet AD Matt Roberson, football coach Pooney Ellis, among other coaches and kids, including previews from our amazing summer team. It's the Varsity Sports Show, Buckeye Hawks Week, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 1060 and the AM 1060 app, KDUS Arizona.
I think the USA Today season predictions for football and for baseball are some of the predictions that people look forward to the day on the calendar when they come out.
They're a little out there sometimes.
Well, perhaps there are listeners of this audience that think they're going to be a little out there with their prediction of the Cardinals. I think most are going to agree with what they said about the Cardinals, but there are some like our guy Eric who thinks they're going to have a great season. He's going to be shocked by this. USA Today predicting the Arizona Cardinals to go 2-15 this upcoming season. Here's the blurb that they wrote. Quote, with apologies to rookie QB Carson Beck, little reason to believe their season will be anything other than a ponderous march to the top 5 draft pick that will allow them to find a more permanent replacement for Murray, end quote. Now, I just want to make something very clear because we make fun of me on the program quite a bit for some of the words that I use. I'm always trepidatious, if I can use that word. Ponderous was their word choice, not mine. I just read what they wrote. So
I knew that was.
So I don't want that. I don't want that attached to me.
It's okay. You were ponderous.
No. I'm just saying I'm just reading what they said. Now, other times I'm always trepidatious. If I can use that word. This may be a little laborious, so just bear with me here. I am guilty of using some big words, okay? But in this case, not my big word choice, their big word choice in describing why they think the Cardinals are going to go 2-15. Now, that 2-15 record sets them up to be the second worst team in football. The only team that they have with a worse record is in the AFC. And I need to figure out who it is. I think it's Miami who they have because they have the Raiders at 3-14. They have the Colts finishing worst in the South at 5-12. They have the Browns at 5-12, and they have the Dolphins at 1-16, and they have the Jets at 3-14. So they have the Dolphins getting the number 1 pick, and they have the Cardinals getting the number 2 pick. And I don't know if it's me, choosing positivity today here on the show, but are we sure the Cardinals are going to be a 2-win football team? Like, are we sure they're going to be that bad?
No, I mean, we're not sure. I think when you look at the Cardinals' schedule, it's hard. And the division doesn't do them any favors.
No, the 6 games in their division, they're the defending Super Bowl champs, the probable Super Bowl champs in the Rams, a 49ers team that's always at least competent and competitive. Yeah, those 6 games are tough. So you're really looking at the other 11 to see, hey, where can I find some wins? But they've got the Jets. They play the Saints. They've got the Raiders. You said they're going to win week 1 against the Chargers. If they're winning, Producer Evan, if they're winning week 1 against the Chargers, they're winning more than 2 games.
I think they will win more than 2 games, yes. I personally do. I don't blame somebody for projecting them to win 2 games when they are underdogs in every game this year.
Yeah, they're underdogs in every game that they're going to play this season.
So I can't blame somebody.
No. I do not want my skepticism of this claim to be misconstrued that I am saying that they're wrong for thinking this. I get how you come to the conclusion that they are 2-15. I'm just sitting here telling you I don't think they're going to be. I think the offense has too much talent on it. They're going to score points this year. And if they scored points last year, they win more than the 3 games that they did. Now, I know they were a 3-win football team last year. But if we do the thing, if we go through their schedule last year, how many games do you think I'm going to be able to find off the top of your head where if the offense was just competent, they would have won the game? There's one game that popped into my head immediately when I said it, and it was a game they lost last year.
I can think of maybe 2 or 3.
If Zay Jones catches a 3rd and 9 pass, they beat the 49ers in San Francisco.
Yeah, so you have the San Fran game. That was the first one that came to mind.
I think you can look at that Thursday night game against Seattle. If they would have played better in the first half, they lost that game 23-20. They play better in the first half. Some of those drives don't end in interceptions, a pick 6. They win that game. They lost to San Francisco 16-15. They scored 17 points in a 20-17 loss to the Bucs.
The Thursday night game against Seattle.
Yeah.
If you were just a little bit better in the first half.
They lost 26-19 in Atlanta. If you're just a little bit better offensively, you win that game.
At the end of the season, though, in 9 games, they averaged giving up 35 points.
No, remember I said the offense has talent. The defense didn't come up in that conversation because I still worry about them. I still worry about their ability to keep teams off the board. But, I mean, offensively, last year, they ranked 19th in yards, 16th in first downs. I mean, they just weren't very good. They weren't very good. Points for last year. 20.9 a game. That was 23rd of 32 teams. Now, they were 29th of 32 in points against, 28.7 per game. So, yeah, the defense needs to be better, but do we really think, honestly, amongst friends here, going from Drew Petzing and Jonathan Gannon to Mike LaFleur and Nathaniel Hackett, they're gonna score 20.9 points per game again?
No chance.
They're gonna be less than 3 touchdowns a game?
No.
Like, come on.
I think they'll be in the 24 mark.
Okay, and that probably wins them a couple more games than they won last year. And that takes them from 3 to 5. And by the way, a 5-win Cardinals
the defense
team
could be worse, right? Like, you do understand that their only productive defensive player last year currently hasn't practiced.
You're saying they could be worse. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if last year was the worst that they could be.
I don't know if it is.
Do you think it can go lower than that?
It's the same coordinator.
It is the same coordinator. Josh Sweat is on the sideline. Walter Nolan's looked good.
True.
The corners are healthier. I just don't know. I don't know if it can get worse. I think it could look the same. But worse? Worse than 28 points? Nearly 29 points a game?
I think it could look worse.
Then all of a sudden, we're talking about a Big 12 defense.
Maybe I'm a pessimist, but...
remember, what are we doing today on the program?
We're choosing optimism.
Great point. We're choosing optimism. So the defense not going to be worse. By the way, I decided, and I had a conversation with producer Corey about this today. With all the drops, I'm going to start removing some drops from the board that we just don't use to clean it up a little bit.
I think that's...
And I give you permission to do the same. Okay. Maybe you keep some drops that you want to have that I don't usually play of me. Like, I have all of my drops in here. I don't need all of these, you know? That is a horrendous take. Well, no, that's not. No, that's actually, I think that's a great thing for the show. I think to have a cleaner operation when it comes to the drops is better.
Wrong.
No, it's actually the right thing we need to do so that we are able to play drops better on the program. Okay. So,
what if we just took a shot?
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do things differently. Okay. Producer Evan, you can disagree with me. I think you're on board.
I think I am.
Because
it's stale.
Well, no, it's not stale, but I've got 61 drops in here, and sometimes it's hard to find what I'm looking for.
Run your race.
Exactly. You think
I'm always trepidatious,
you think
if I can use that word.
You think we could do a whole segment where I just respond?
We say this.
No. You think I could do a whole segment where I just respond to you in drops that I have on my board?
I think you could.
I think I could do a whole buy or sell.
There's blame to go around on both sides for this.
I think I can do a whole buy or sell just in drops.
I think it would be really hard to do.
I think I could do it. I think I could.
I think it'd be really hard to do.
But we're going to clean up the board so we have some of these drops more
I like that idea, though.
More readily available. And so you can keep the ones you want. So the ones that I cut are not going to be the same as the ones you cut.
Yeah.
But you can start cleaning up the board in there. I don't think the defense is going to be that bad. I think they're going to be the same level that they were last year. I think there's a world. Obviously, they can be better. I mean, there's so much room for growth in this defense.
Yes, and our biggest question is, was last year rock bottom?
And
can they go lower?
And while I think there's way more talent on offense than there is defense, I am not going to sit up here and say there's no talent on the defensive side.
No.
There is talent.
100%.
They just didn't play to that talent level last year.
Not at all.
And they were hurt, too. That didn't help. So, I'm sorry, 2 wins, 2. So, they're going to be a worse team than they were last year? I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying them being a worse team than they were last season. Agree? Disagree?
I think they could be worse, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. You're going to make me do it.
And I just think, it
you have them beating the Chargers week 1.
It's a rookie head coach.
They're going to win one more game the rest of the way?
All right. You want to give me the win-loss game?
Let's do it. Let's do the win-loss game right now. I know we've done it already. I see, looking at the schedule right now, and I'm just going to live in your world where you think they win against the Chargers week 1. I see.
All right, let's just go game by game.
I see 4 other winnable games.
Okay.
You want me to name the
How many games they win last year? 3?
3.
Okay.
They're going to be worse than they were last year? I'm sorry.
Worse. I mean, they could be the same. I'm
sorry. Post-bye, Jets, Saints, Raiders. They're winning 2 of 3, though. Two of 3.
You start it from the beginning.
Well, I don't think the Chargers game is a win. You do.
I just put that on taking
to take a note Thursday. You can't walk back the take a note Thursday.
I'm not walking it back, but I'm for the purpose of this.
You said they win.
They
week
could lose
1.
that game.
Yes, they could lose that game, but you picked them to win. And apparently, it's allegedly now. Apparently, you want to have it take a note, and you're not really feeling it. It's a disgrace, is what it is.
No.
Disgrace.
Let's go. Let's give me the games.
At the Chargers, Seattle, San Francisco. At San Francisco. Okay. Well, okay. At New York against the Giants. Home against Detroit. At the Rams. Home against Denver. You're going to give them a win because you just okay. I was going to say you hate Denver.
I think they'll split. They'll win one of the Chargers and the Denver games.
Okay.
Yep.
At Dallas. At Seattle. Home against the Rams. At the Chiefs. Home against Washington. No, I think you got to give them a win there. Home against Philadelphia. Home against the Jets. At the Saints. Home against the Raiders. Home against the 49ers. So that's 2. You gave them 2. You gave them 2. I think there's way more.
The only one I thought about is the Washington.
I'll tell you right now. I think they can beat San Francisco early in the season. I think they could beat Seattle at home week 2.
Okay.
I think either one of those games are winnable early in the season. I think they can beat Denver at home.
They're not beating Seattle in week 2.
I'm not saying they're going to. I'm saying they can. I think they can beat Denver in week 7. I think they can win one of Washington or Philly at home. And then I think they can win 2 of 3
New York, New Orleans against the Raiders.
I think what's going to be a real question for Washington is how healthy is Jaden.
Code with a great point. The problem is that the Jets, Saints, and Raiders are at the point in the season where they are tanking to ensure the top picks.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's going to be a tank-off between the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, they have 2 or 3 wins by that point. I'm telling you, don't sell this team short, please. Don't sell this team short. I think they can be competitive, and they can win 5 or 6
I'm
games.
the one having them beat the Chargers in week 1.
Yeah, and you still have them. You have them beating the Chargers week 1 and still only winning one other game the rest of the way. Boy, I got to tell you right now, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Like, I think LaFleur is going to stick around. But, boy, that's going to be a hard sell.
2 games would be a really
If they
hard
go
sell.
2-15.
And by the way, I didn't say this
sell.
team was going to be worse. My overall point, this defense could be worse.
I don't know. Can it really be worse than what they showed in the second half of last season? Really? Really? Honestly, I mean, they gave up 40 points like it was going out of style. It was bad.
It could be for the full year.
Boy, that's gonna make the blame pie pretty easy to give out on Mondays during the regular season next year. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, another day, another huge start for a rookie pitcher. We'll talk about Kohl Drake next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Jim Rome Show.
You would think the Dodgers trading for Tarek Skubal was some sort of crime against baseball. Everybody knew it was going to happen. That trade did nothing to ensure a lockout. The owners are going to lock the players out, not because of the Dodgers' spending power, but they're going to lock the players out for the same reason they always lock the players out. They want their salary cap. If they don't get the salary cap, it's going to be because the players have always sworn they will never agree to one.
1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday here on KDUS AM 1060.
It's the BOGO Back to School sale with Zero Res. So whether you're looking to clean up before or after the barbecue, get ready for late season graduation parties, or you're getting ready for the new school year, Zero Res has you covered. Carpets, tile, hardwood, rugs, upholstery, air ducts, every surface in your home can be Zero Resified, so it's time to call the cleaning pros at Zero Res. Now, if you haven't tried Zero Res yet, or it's been months since your last deep clean, then now is the time to call. It's BOGO season. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Phoenix's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 2 rooms of carpet clean for just $129 and another 2 rooms for free. You like to check out the reviews? Well, Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google. So schedule your appointment at ZeroResPhoenix.com. That's ZeroResPhoenix.com. Or call 480-507-2419 and ask for the KDUS special. Spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Somber presents You Are the Reason Tour. Fresh from social shows all around the world. See Somber live in Glendale. Desert Diamond Arena, October 14th, with special guests Tom Odell and The Help. Get tickets now at sombermusic.com.
Hi, I'm the VP of Play at Harrah's Auction Casino, and it's time to make your summer shine with Summer Playfest. Now through Labor Day, live music, weekly winners, and one lucky guest takes home a brand new Jeep Rubicon. With Caesars Rewards, you could win your share of more than $700,000 in cash and prizes. Summer Playfest at Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700 or 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Visit the Caesars Rewards Center for details.
Your dental health affects your whole body's wellness. Got a broken tooth or need a crown? At Arizona Crown Center, you can expect care focused on crowns and bridges for just $6.99 per tooth, including your x-ray. That's less than half the usual cost. With Arizona Crown Center, expect top quality, efficient treatment backed by a 3-year unconditional guarantee, and even same-day service. They keep it simple and affordable, so you can enjoy the foods you love without worry. Plus, their friendly team makes every visit comfortable and easy. Whether it's your first crown or replacing an old one, they personalize your care to fit you. That's something to really smile about. Don't live with discomfort. Visit azcrowncenter.com for your free consultation today. Serving the Valley for over 20 years with offices in Chandler, Surprise, and Prescott. Get premium dental crowns and bridges at a price that fits your budget. azcrowncenter.com. That's azcrowncenter.com. Your smile's best friend.
By the time August rolls around, you've stopped being surprised by the heat. You walk outside, you get in your car, and wait for the AC to catch up. And at the end of the day, the one place you need to be cool is home. Your AC has been running since May, morning, noon, and night. And when it stays hot overnight, it never gets a rest. It just keeps grinding until something gives. At Gettle, we've been doing this for over 85 years. We know what a summer like this does to a system. Call us and make sure your home is the one place the heat can't follow you. GOETTL. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends, celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
One more in this 4-game series between the Diamondbacks and the Padres. The Diamondbacks currently holding the season series, but these teams, including tonight, 4 games left between them. So a lot can change over these final 4. And Kohl Drake will get the start in the final game of this series, and he will be looking to pick up right where his fellow rookie starter left off last night and take that baton and deliver another quality start for this Diamondbacks pitching staff. Michael Soroka looks like he's going to return over the weekend, if not early next week. And so that means one of these two guys is going to get sent back down to Reno, more than likely, unless they stick around as a member of the bullpen, although I don't see that being the case. And so it's kind of a little bit of an audition in some ways for these two guys. Now, right now, I tend to think it would be Mitch Bratt that would stick around in the short term, with Kohl Drake going back down to Reno because of the results if you compare the two pitchers. And I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. The stuff for Kohl Drake just isn't as good as the stuff for Mitch Bratt, and I think stuff is going to play here in the short term for this Diamondbacks team. At some point, they're going to get Ryan Nelson back, hopefully. They're going to get Corbin Burns back, hopefully. And so they're going to have another member of this rotation slot into that role. But so far this year, in the 3 starts, Kohl Drake has a 4.85 ERA. The whip at 1.46 is certainly the thing that sticks out as a concern. But this is what he's delivered in 3 starts at the big league level. Against the A's, 5 innings, 1 earned run against the A's. Fine. An excellent debut, right? You didn't need him to go out there and give you 7+. I think those are too lofty of expectations for a rookie that probably isn't all the way ready to pitch at the big league level. Give you exactly what you need. 5 innings of quality baseball kept you in it. Then against the Nationals, 4 innings, allowed 4 earned runs. The thing that was bad about that start is the 2 home runs. And then last time out against the Guardians, he went 4 innings to 2 earned runs, another home run allowed. Now, he's done a decent job with strikeouts. 6 strikeouts in the last start against the Guardians, 6 strikeouts in the 2 starts in July, so he does strike guys out. But the 3 home runs in his last 2 starts are a concern. Again, the ERA north of 4. The whip is a bit of a problem. And I'll just, compare him to Mitch Bratt and what Bratt has done. He's made 6 starts. He's 1-1 with a 3.90 ERA. So just the results are better. And again, let's not include last night, but before that, it was 5 innings of 1-run ball against the Guardians. 4 2/3, allowed 2 earned runs against the A's. So he's somebody who's pitched better as of late. His whip is 1.52, so the base runners are a problem for him as well. But I think this stuff plays a little better for Mitch Bratt than it does Kohl Drake. But Kohl Drake's got something to play for, because he can certainly play his way into this conversation as well. And it would be a good problem for the Diamondbacks to have if they have a bunch of young starters that have developed with Ryan Nelson, with Corbin Burns on the way back. You don't have to rush those guys because, look, one of those 2 guys is going to stick around here and take up the 5th spot in that rotation, even after Soroka comes back. And there's always the idea that they run with a 6-man rotation when Soroka comes back.
And they might do that.
To give him an extra day.
like they're gonna have some pitchers coming back here. Obviously, Mike Soroka, and then if Corbin Burns comes back, like what is that going to look like?
So again, Kohl, Drake, and Mitch Bratt are going to play a role here in the coming weeks. And so Mitch Bratt did it last night. Kohl Drake's now going to try to pick up the baton, and he's got a good matchup. This is a Padres team that we told you earlier. They're not great hitting the baseball, not a very good offensive team. So he should be able to find similar levels of success, what we saw Mitch Bratt do last night. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. When we come back, it's all the stories we didn't get to here today on the program. We call them the leftovers. We'll get to them next. The Lunch Break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Lunch Break with Chris Schubert.
You're getting somebody who can work a decent impact. I think that's the most generous way to describe Lars Nootbaar. I am very hopeful that he's going to be able to contribute. I just think if people are thinking that he's going to be able to walk through that door and be that missing left-handed power bat, because remember, they're going to lose Max Kepler if they get to the postseason. If you're expecting that to be Lars Nootbaar just because he hits lefty and he's the only bat the Diamondbacks brought in, I just am trying to set proper expectations for you. That's not who he is going to be.
Live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane, third-generation owner at Shane Company. As a family jeweler for almost 100 years, we're known for doing right by our customers. Our legacy of integrity depends on it. We stand behind our engagement rings with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds, then negotiate for the best price. At Shane Company, we put you first because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
If you're a pro, you know you need paint and primer fast. And the Home Depot has you covered with same-day or next-day deliveries so you can stay on site and on schedule. Get high-quality Behr paints and Kills primers delivered right to your job site. And with the Home Depot app, reordering is faster than ever. Just pick your paint, track your order, and get your go-to color in no time. No delays, no extra trips, just the paint and primer you need when you need it. The Home Depot. How pros get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Dodgers get Tarek Skubal. I think the surprise might have been, are you giving up big-time talent to get him? Tarek Skubal had the leverage by saying he wanted to go to the Dodgers, wanted to go to the West Coast. The key will be moving forward, the kind of contract Tarek Skubal is going to want. Of course, looming large is there going to be a lockout at some point?
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Wrapping up today's edition of the show, we'll have a full breakdown of Carson Beck's performance in the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. We'll have weekend winners. It is still a Trivia Friday. All of it on the Friday edition of the show. Oh, yeah, and the Diamondbacks. How they fare against the Padres.
We have the D-backs.
A lot to do tomorrow.
A lot to do tomorrow.
A lot to do right now. Time for the leftovers.
Time for the leftovers. And it's been a little bit of a running back frenzy here recently, and Jonathan Taylor agrees to a 2-year, $44 million extension with the Indianapolis Colts.
Still less than the guaranteed money for Jeremiah Love.
Correct.
I just think it's important to know.
That's your note here?
That is what I have to offer on this.
I do think, like, remember a few years ago when the talk track was that running backs couldn't get deals, and now they're all getting deals, which is pretty cool.
And Jeremiah Love has got $53 million in guaranteed money for being the 3rd overall pick.
Correct, he did. Longtime Giants announcer, broadcaster, and pitcher, Mike Krukow?
No, absolutely not.
Krukow?
Absolutely not.
How do you say it?
I think it's Kirkow, but
Really, the R is in front.
I mean, you just put me on the spot here because I don't listen to a lot of Giants baseball.
Anyway, he announced his retirement.
Well, listen, we owe the man some respect. What are we doing here?
What do you mean?
You got to know how to say his name. What are we doing?
Let me find it.
You can't baseball reference it, even
Yes,
though
you can.
All right.
Krukow.
All right, so you had it right.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. My apologies to you. Your track record precedes itself, okay? You butcher names constantly.
I was right on this one.
You were right on this one. Didn't sound right when you said it.
But I was.
You were correct, yes.
Allegedly.
Right, exactly.
So, before you get on me.
By the way, caller Dan, who's now become YouTube Dan because he's just over on the YouTube side, says that he owes me an apology, that the D-backs look legit. You don't owe me an apology, Dan. You had an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion. You don't have to apologize for that. You thought that they should sell. I said, let's see. You don't have to apologize. Please. We love having you here. We want you to continue to have opinions. We want you to continue to call in. We want you to continue to have fun with us. It's okay. But I appreciate the apology. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't need to apologize for having an opinion about your sports teams. It's okay. Now Brian has to apologize for some of his opinions.
Well, Brian, more than his opinions, has to apologize for when he calls in to do picks and takes a 5-minute mark tangent before he gives a pick.
Now that you apologize for. You call in, you have a take, I go to you, you deliver the take, you get out of the way. Because, by the way, Dan, an excellent call. You had a take, I threw to you, you gave the take, you hung up, we were good, we rolled on. That's how you radio. Brian doesn't know how to radio, so Brian owes us an apology. You don't.
Brian's our guy, by the way.
Love Brian.
Love Brian.
Can't wait to compete against Brian in the picks.
You know, Brian week 1.
He's gonna be ready.
I'm so pumped for that.
He's going to be ready to play week 1.
The hottest team in baseball may lose Tristan Casas as he undergoes left wrist surgery. They're the best team in baseball. Certainly the hottest team in baseball.
They're playing like it right now.
Yeah.
Did I see correctly they passed the Yankees?
Let me double check that.
Because the Yankees lost last night to the Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals, not the football variety.
That Yankees lineup is
it's rough right now. Yes,
it is scary how bad it is currently. I will tell you here in 2 seconds they have not passed the Yankees. They are officially a game behind the Yankees. So I mean, knocking on the door, but 1 game behind the Yankees. 5.5 games back of the race.
Now both of those teams are fine. The Red Sox have a 6-game lead over the teams for the 3rd wild card spot, who are Cleveland and Texas right now. By the way, the 3rd wild card team in the American League is like the below.
Wow, the Orioles are a game out, and they're 3 games. So are the Twins.
Right, we've transported back to below 500 NFC South teams getting into the postseason.
Yeah, this is awesome.
But
knock on that NFC South team. I can't remember which one it was, but one of them took the Rams to the wire in a playoff game, covered the spread.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah. The American League is so weird.
It is. It is weird. Yes. It's exactly how I would describe
it.
And
by the way, this one's probably getting cut. The American League is so weird.
No, I'll keep this one.
The American League is so weird.
For the rest of the baseball season, I'll definitely keep it. Yeah, that's going to stay. But the Red Sox, here's why this is important that they're gaining ground on the Yankees. If they hop the Yankees, they'll host the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Red Sox. That's what's at the what's at stake.
They're playing for home field advantage.
That's what's
in
on
that
the
series.
line. Yes.
Yeah. The Mariners reliever Spire suspended for 3 games.
After whatever went on last night.
Just a absolute scene last night. After everything that happened.
Yeah, Gleyber Torres, I guess, telling Cal Raleigh that at least he has hits this season. You know what?
I'd be alarmed.
I was alarmed watching that last night.
The Gleyber Torres telling Cal Raleigh that at least I have hits is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Nice job.
I mean, Gleyber, to have that ready to go wasn't you know what?
Now that might be true.
It might be true. He might be correct.
He is correct.
Last year for Cal Raleigh?
Bang, bang, bang.
This year?
It's horrible baseball.
It's been a rough year for Cal.
It's been a really, really rough year for Cal. By the way, have you been listening into the Shohei Ohtani podcast?
I have not carved out the time to listen to it yet.
You should listen. I'm episodes behind, but my buddies keep texting about it and, doing the old, what do they call that? Like invisible ink message. So they're not spoiling anything, but they're texting each other about it.
That's a great little feature.
Yeah, it's a tremendous feature. You wouldn't know.
Because I don't. Yes, you're right. I don't own a single Apple product. Yes. Now my wife and my daughter, Apple products galore in the house. iPads, Apple TV. Everyone's got an iPhone. We got a MacBook. Me, Android and Windows, and I got Linux on my laptop. I stay away from everything Apple.
I think that's crazy, but yeah,
everything works fine. Everything's great.
All right, next story I got for you. There was a video over the weekend that kind of circled around Twitter, specifically in the area of Sam Levitt. Did you see this?
So I vaguely saw this, yes.
So
I'm going to have a very unpopular opinion.
Okay. So Sam went on what I assume to be a panel of sorts for probably season ticket holders at LSU.
Usually what these events kind of are, yeah.
And was being very complimentary towards LSU that I thought I had no problems with. As he continued to go down this talk track, then I started to have a problem with it. Didn't have a problem with it. Then he gets into about how LSU cares, which I agree with. They certainly have a diehard fan base. But then he got into the coaching staff caring more and the players around him caring more. Then I started to have a problem with it. Who cares?
I know. I said I was going to have an unpopular opinion. Move on.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like he made his choice. Let everybody in on a little secret. The Sun Devils are going to be better off.
No,
So it's fine.
Just
move on.
Wholeheartedly agree. That's almost not my point of this story. My point of this story is I put this in everybody's locker.
No. See, I don't even let him have that much space in my team. We are so past you. We've so moved on from you. I don't even use that as bulletin board material. That's how I operate as a coach. Because everyone thinks I would use it as that. No. We're on to Cincinnati. Like, we're zero interest in discussing the past. Now, Kenny will be diplomatic and do things the right way. Me, I would be like, nah, I'm good. Just move on. Focus on the team you got here.
Yeah, and I'm sure, by the way, he'll get questions about it too.
I'm sure.
So, that's all I got for you.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on the Thursday edition of the program. Jim Rome is coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the baseball. Enjoy the football. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.